Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Severed Sons Presents Rolling in the Netherdeep, and we are excited to bring you a brand new tale of adventure in the lands of Wildmount. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master, and around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, this is Bill. I'm playing Orgoth Skullcrusher, your half-orc, half-drow, all badass, fist-throwing battle master.
Hi everyone, this is Jaden playing Lapis Frizzowing, your reborn wizard with a lot of smut on her hands. Also, yes,
third,
it is more
right?
time, sorry.
Folks, hi, I'm back. I am Ross playing Wilvin Grandmain, your halfling battle bard.
Battle Bard.
Happy to be back.
So glad to have you back.
Thanks.
Hey, it's Jamie. I'm playing North Eladrin Rogue, and you know what? It's pumpkin spice season, y'all. I can't wait. The colors are wonderful.
Mm-hmm. I bet it's beautiful up there.
Nice and apple cider, man.
Yeah, apple cider. Oh, so let's
Can't
go.
believe
Fall.
it.
I'm wearing my hoodie, my Critical Role hoodie.
Yeah.
And like,
Hoodie
well,
time.
I can't do the hood. It's messed up. But anyway, hi. Welcome back. This is episode 12. And we have our first dungeon today. So let's just... Anybody have anything you want to talk about before we start?
Oh, so many things, but they're all to Wilvin, so let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't watch any of the previous episodes, the ones with Eric, because I want to be just as surprised as Wilvin is. So as you're watching this episode, know that I know nothing. So this is it'll get fun.
Okay, so let's dive right in if you're ready. Let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 12, Betrayer's Call. So last time, I'm not going to actually go into much of a recap because I want it to be a surprise, but you went into Betrayer's Rise and you fought some Mouthers, and sweet Penumbra saw his chicken come out of an abyssal portal, and he chased it into the portal, and the portal snapped shut behind him. And suddenly it opens back up and says, "Hey, do you want your knife back?" And he just drops it, and he throws it into the ground, and the portal pops shut. So, but before we go to you guys, let's go to Wilvin. So outside of Betrayer's Rise, you see and we talked a little bit about this privately in a chat, but you're currently on the back of this giant owl, and there is a female halfling wearing green robes with gold trim, and she's got her hood up, and just the wind's blowing, and she's coming down to a land, like land right in front of the guards who are in front of Betrayer's Rise. They just defeated two Glimstalkers. You see Dermot, and you also see this red-skinned tiefling wearing a coat with blue lining in it, which marks her as an agent, as a member of the Cobalt Soul. You would know that, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And Dermot runs up to you. It's like, "Where have you been? Your friends were really worried about you."
And these are the only two that I see.
The only
Do I
two
see
you
the
see.
party?
The party, yeah. You actually saw them like as you were coming in, because she had you up way up really high, and you saw them actually go into the front gates.
As Wilvin dismounts, he'll nod curtly the way he does at Dermot, and he'll say, "It's good to be back. Give me just a moment." And he turns to the woman on the steed,
halfling woman,
with him,
yes.
and
she has let me describe it a little bit better. She pulls her hood down, and she's got a blonde, kind of graying a little bit hair, and a big thick braid just going down the back. And she kind of nods at you, and she raises an eyebrow, and she sends you kind of a message, and she nods at you.
The message that he'll receive that message, and he'll give her an equally silent message, and that will say, "I'll contact you when it's time. Thank you for everything."
Okay. And she says out loud, "Be safe. Don't let your anger get the best of you." and the owl phoom, pumps into the air, and it's like wings flying, and it heads west.
Welvin like bows his head and holds his hat as that wind kind of like blows him back a little bit. Then he turns back to Dermot and he's like, "Where are they?"
They just went inside. There was a Gloomstalker attack right as they were about to go inside. They're looking for the shrine. They're also, you should know that Galsariad, he's been missing, and I'm sure they explain more. But if you hurry and catch up with him, do you think I should go with you?
Um,
I'll walk you up to the front gates. How's that?
Perfect. And
Okay.
as they're walking, he'll say, I don't know what you've been up to, or what they've been getting themselves into, but it's in my experience, it's always been good to have you around. So if you'd like to join us,
Maybe.
I trust you.
Let's find out. Let's just hurry up. Question. You stay there. If we need anything, we'll come get you. Okay? And he escorts you up to the front gate. The guards nod at Dermot, and Dermot says, "He's with them," and runs up the stairs. It's a big, wide staircase leading up to a set of double doors, and there's two guards, and they open these huge stone doors, and they just like open up, and you see a bloodstained bridge extending over a chasm of swirling silver mist, and it leads up to a double door of black stone inscribed with a circle containing the profile of a smiling woman, but the symbol has been gouged out with deep marks into the stone, like something with claws has been clawing at it but failed to completely remove the symbol. She says, I'm sorry, Dermot says, that looks like a symbol of Vondra, the Changebringer. And you get to the door, and there's nothing. Like you the door is just completely like, you hear some fighting coming on from beyond the doors.
He'll, I guess he'll take his sword out then and prepare himself for something.
Okay.
On the other side.
And the fighting stops. Actually, the fighting didn't. Actually, you don't hear fighting. Sorry, I'm going to take that back because of what happened at the end of last time. But you do hear talking.
I think he would still take the sword out.
Got it. You hear talking coming from outside, from beyond the doors. But what do you do?
He turns to Dermot. He'll say, "How long ago did they enter?"
It hasn't been that long. Maybe 10 minutes.
He puts his ear to the door to see if he can distinguish voices.
You hear, you hear North say, like, "We'll take that knife," and you hear some talking, and you hear this voice you're not familiar with, and then suddenly you hear like a magical shloop, but you definitely hear North beyond the door.
And if he hears one of the party members, then he definitely will push the door or pull whatever.
Push on the door. Well, actually, you pull on the door. Nothing. It's completely not even moving at all. What do you do?
A sigh. Is there a crack in the door? Maybe a keyhole or a slit?
It's tight. It's really, really tight. Like you can't even see through it. As you're standing there, the below, the mist below, deep below, you kind of see scratches on the bridge, and there's not like something tried to hold on and like scratched the edges of it. You hear this whisper, "Together. Yes, we can break them together. Come to us. If you fall, we will catch you. Come to us." And it's coming from the mist below you.
William turns to make sure there's nobody behind him, and if it's still empty, he'll
start pounding. Everyone, Penumbra has just disappeared through the portal, and you hear a banging on the door behind you.
What is it with these bars and dramatic entrances and exits? I don't know if I can deal with this anymore. Something's behind that door.
I don't
North,
think
don't
we
talk
ever
so
had
quiet. I can't hear you.
a dramatic entrance. Anyways, I'm not opening that door.
No, you.
As you
you
speak
heard what
up
was
and you say the
coming
word
from-
door, Lapis, the jewel begins to pulse
Mm.
again. And the
Wait a
glow the
minute.
door actually starts to glow.
Well, on my side
Door?
too.
Yes, on your side too. Yes.
And I'll step
warm-
back from
yeah.
it. Wilvin
gonna-
does not touch a glowing door.
Duck behind the first corner because, like, wow, door glowing means maybe it's gonna go boom.
And it's that
And
same warm glow that happened when Lapis approached the door from before.
Well, I don't know who's coming through that.
I say the word door again, just door. I'm gonna get close to the door and I'm gonna attempt to open it.
Okay. So all you had to do before was lay a hand on it and you touch it and suddenly phoom, and it kind of opens outward towards you, Wilvin. And phoom, 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 the door glow fades slightly and you see the party standing there. North, Lapis right there, Orgoth. And you all see Wilvin. Wind-blown hair, actually. It's kind of like... But...
Hat is on, but it's definitely like messed up, all sorts
Yeah.
of fucked up. He's holding the sword too.
And behind him is Dermot, who has been like looking down below, and he's been like holding his holy symbol, like his hands glowing, like he's ready to turn some undead. And he's just kind of glancing.
Oh, you're back.
Look who's back.
Well, now, welcome. We're about to see some horrible shit in here.
Oh shit, I'm absolutely looking different too. Oh my god.
Wilvin, you see
Yeah.
North standing there, but the voice that comes out of like the body that the voice North's his voice comes out is the body's different. Could you describe yourself again, North?
It's basically same bone structure, but the color palette has changed. So the
Mhm.
skin is now a whitish gray, and instead of having frost markings on their cheeks, they have the same dark markings as a like birch tree would have.
Okay.
Their hair is braided in like a long braid that gets like maybe a bit below the clavicles, and it starts a brown and it turns into the color of fall leaves. And they're
love that.
wearing a very formal attire that is belted with a blue sash of the Cobalt Soul.
Sick. Oh, that's awesome. Wilvin, as he's greeted by Lapis and North, just can you also see Orgoth? Orgoth is there, right?
Orgoth
We're
is there,
all, like,
yes. Yeah.
yeah.
The passageway just goes in about 20 feet and kind of does a little like curve to the left and then back around. And they're all at the... And you see this kind of this ooze on the ground where they fought some creatures and the bodies are just kind of dissolving right in front of you.
Wilvin starts to step through the door. As he does, he kind of lowers his hat so his eyes are hidden as he does. And he says, I cannot apologize to you enough that I left the way I did.
Well, don't then.
I have no excuse, but I do have a reason. And at the earliest convenience, I'll share it with you. I swear it.
I mean,
As
you're
for
fine
right-
by my book.
And he smiles and he says, I appreciate that, but there's no excuse. I should not have left my party.
Oh,
That's-
Goth, look who's back.
Orgoth strides up to Wilvin and punches him in the chest. More of a shove attack than trying to do damage, but and then trying to like I hit him. I hit him.
Make a strength saving throw, Wilvin.
Phew, 17.
17. Okay, he kind of pushes you back a couple of steps, but you manage to stay on your feet.
The sword, I think Wilvin uses the sword to like keep himself up. And he takes it And he just looks straight up and makes eye contact with Orgoff.
And I step forward and I put one hand out and grab you by the shoulder. Here.
Don't ever do that again.
Then he pulls you in really close for an embrace.
I think Wilvin's silent for a second. He's kind of taken aback by the like it knocks the air out of him, and I think eventually he's just like, "Oh, sorry, Orgoff," and he's like accepting the hug, like trying to hug him back, but kind of like. And once he drops him, he'll keep that eye contact and he'll say, "I swear to you, I have a reason. For now," he looks around and he says, "Let's take care of something. But I swear." And he just kind of raises his eyebrows and gives him a serious look, just because he's not really sure who's listening, who's here, what he's walked into.
Behind Dermot, who's standing there on the bridge, still kind of like worried, he's like, I came up, I was just here to, I heard there was a fight, the Gloomstalkers, so I rushed to help. Do you all need me? I would join you in a heartbeat if you need me to help you out. Do you need my sword? Do you need my strength?
Circle of trust.
Circle of trust.
We always trust you.
Is Io being defended?
Mhm.
She's much better. They've released her. We do have from the infirmary, you know that, but he looks over at Wilvin. Like, does he know?
No, he doesn't.
Is Maggie or Irvin or both of them
Both
with
of
her?
them. Both of them are with her right now. Yes.
So, Wilvin, to catch you up, Galsariat was perhaps 100% casting Charm Person on Io this whole time. And we just found out.
Say I'm surprised, but that's unfortunate.
And we think he's somewhere in here with somebody else, I think.
Where's Io now?
Being taken care of by Irvin and Maggie, he just said.
At the ready room.
Yes.
Here? And
In
he's
town.
kind of looking around.
Oh,
At
no,
the
no.
tavern.
At the
At
tavern.
in town.
Does it look like a tavern to you?
I've lost my boundaries, to be quite honest with you. I've been in the air for a long time. I'm not really sure where we're at right now. But
Dermot, we would have you journey with us.
Behind
North has
you,
said circle of trust is
behind
important.
Dermot, you hear the doors that are starting to shut, and you hear like a woman's voice. Just a second. And you see Question poke her head in. I know that, and she looks and kind of like she hears the whispering, and you see her shivering in fear, and she says, "I'm just outside. If you need me, I know that there are inscribings inside that are in different languages, and I don't know what languages you speak, but I can translate anything. Just come back out, and I can transcribe it for you if you need me to. Please be careful." And it's like, "I'm sorry," and she just turns around and runs. It's like, you can close it now, and she just runs away. And the doors, the big giant doors, boom, boom.
Did she even look like she realized she was talking to someone? Because maybe she was not even looking inside when she got
Yeah, I don't think she could, just barely. She was like just yelling. Yeah.
you believe that Galsariad is close by?
Probably not close, but at least somewhere in here. Someone, I forgot what her name was, but she was trying to bribe people from the Aurora Watch to take her through here. Try to
Alocia.
get one of us.
Alocia.
Telethon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Alocia.
Alocia.
Telethon.
Yeah.
I didn't get to talk to her, so I didn't know who she was.
She was spying on
Unsavory.
us.
You missed a
tavern.
talent show, Dermot says.
Did I?
Orgoth
Big
won.
eyes at Dermot. What?
Yes, I was victorious in the talent show. My
He-
talent was chosen to be the favorite of the audience.
He plays the cow bladder.
I play the orcish war pipes. It
How
is
about we
not
get
from a
moving?
cow.
Put a pin in that. North, you're right. We should keep moving, but a talent show does not. That was not on my bingo card for the time
Well,
I've
you
been
weren't
gone,
there
so-
for it, so
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I'll apologize for that later.
Okay.
For now, please lead the way. I'm at your beck and call. And Wilvin is like very serious, very like earnest, like kind of keeping his head down. Like he's ashamed that he's been gone.
Okay.
reliably so. Or are you going to leave again?
He puts his sword in the scabbard and just kind of gestures forward.
Cool.
So you go past the area, Wilvin. The hallway that you're in that twists are covered with carvings that depict a great battle involving mortals, celestials, and fiends. A faint whistling noise kind of emerges from like little tiny holes in the wall. But it looks like one of the prominently depicted in one of the scenes is a proud, melancholy warrior with curly hair carrying a spear and a sword, and it looks like not Alexian. What's his name?
I think it's Elixion.
Alexian, yeah, Alexian. It looks like Alexian from the vision in the grotto, Emerald Grotto. And you continue up the corridor. In the next chamber, you see it's empty except for a skull-shaped vase on a small semicircular table resting against the back wall of an alcove in the north wall. 6 narrower alcoves line the east and west walls. The northeast alcove seems to have once led to a hallway, but is caved in. And I put the map in the chat, so...
I'd like to do a quick scan of the room.
Okay, make a perception check. What is anybody else doing?
How far are my feet?
Make an Arcana check.
21.
21. You see, just in general, you see some scratches in the wall of the top north west corner of the room. And as you approach, it looks like a strange language. What languages do you know?
I think I don't know that many.
Common?
Common,
Orcish.
Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. Lapis, the tingle seems to be coming from pretty far, like a couple hundred feet below. But there seems to be something blocking, like some sort of weird energy that's interfering, so it's hard to tell distance right now.
Okay, yeah, because I had a 22 on my Arcana check.
Yeah.
She's just gonna look down and just kind of scratch at the ground, kind of with the claws on her kobold feet, and just goes, "It's down there somewhere, guys."
Well, this
I
place
don't
is a true
know.
maze. I don't know how we're gonna get down there. There's no maps.
I don't know.
Didn't the task hand say that it changes depending on who enters?
Mm-hmm, exactly. Well, let's hope we get that vertical climb one, maybe.
The scratches on the northwest alcove north, they appear to be in some sort of language that you don't understand. Also,
does the calligraphy look familiar?
Make a history check.
Like with the writings that we had that I gave to the task hand. History 10.
It does not.
Uh-huh.
The only other thing of a note in the room is the skull, the vase with the skull-shaped vase in the table, and then the rubble in the northeast corner of the room, blocking a passageway.
Does it
How
look-
big is the rubble?
It completely blocks the passageway. It would take probably, you're estimating, one person could probably dig it out in maybe an hour or two.
Does it look like there's been something in the vase? Like, is
You
there
approach the
like
vase.
residue of whatever?
You approach the vase, and it looks like you look inside, and it looks like there's the remains of withered lilies have been placed inside of it. The table that it's on is made of a dark wood, and with your passive, what's your yeah,
Passive shit.
yeah, with your passive, the you notice that the edges, all around the edges of the table, are like scratch marks. What do you do?
Well, I could start moving the rubble. It will take me some time, but I don't think that I am going to offer much help in terms of the mysteries of this skull vase.
I feel like there's an offering that could be made or something, but there's scratches all around it. And does anyone speak that?
What languages?
What?
What languages does everybody know?
Orc and common.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, and Infernal.
Okay.
I'm in halfling.
Okay. Yeah, nobody recognizes the language on the wall. Make an investigation. People who are looking at the table, make an investigation check. What is it? What is it? 6? Okay.
9.
13.
Lapis, the scratches are evenly spaced, as if it might be letters or language.
That's kind of. Does it look like the same language as what's on the wall?
It does, yes.
Damn, I
Hermit.
can't read it.
Hermit, do you speak any language that is not what it would speak?
Let me check.
Do you know I'm gonna guess it's undercommon or some shit.
Maybe Celestial.
It looks all like jagged,
Oh.
like it was written angrily.
Abyssal.
It's always abyssal.
Let me look at his stats real quick as D&D Beyond is loading.
I just start moving rocks.
He knows common, goblin, and orc. Okay. What do you do?
Actually, it's still with me, I
Mhm.
believe,
Yeah.
for an hour. So the little spirit that was fighting with us,
Mhm.
I'm going to grab a little wisp and just goes, "Hey, you wanna go to the other side of this like rubble? Let us know what you see, if you want to do that."
And the spirit nods and kind of goes through.
Wilvin's very much like observing the party do their things, like watching North investigate, like looking like a different person, watching Orgoff like take control over there, and watching Lapis with, I'm sorry, what? Spirit?
Yeah, it was a spirit. A
It
little
looked like a
wisp.
little like wisp. White
Cute.
wisp. Yeah.
Wilvin's just kind of like stuck there, frozen for a hot second, just taking in what's essentially a new party, almost. That he's only been gone for 2 days, and just kind of clocks that, for a moment, and then speaks up. He says, "Did the tiefling not say that they could speak any language?"
My thought was taking a rubbing of that and just...
Yes, that her name is Question, and She is too afraid to come into Betrayer's Rise, but offers a plethora of knowledge.
Fantastic.
I'm
What
going to.
is there to be afraid of? And as Wilvin's kind of looking around, what have you seen thus far?
Mounds of flesh with mouths.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I think they call them quivering
Don't-
quivering mouthers.
Right.
Quivering mouthers.
And the voice that you heard when you came in over the bridge, attempting to lure people over the side.
I'm glad I'm not the only one to hear that. What is that?
Nothing we wanted to find out.
Probably our collective
Smart.
conscience or something.
I heard that there's a portal to the abyss somewhere in this complex. Dermot
Well, let's
says.
go
Right.
there and find someone who can translate whatever's written on the wall.
True.
And in fact, we saw a very small one that well, if things aren't weird enough already, that a chicken came through and then someone who was traveling with us jumped into. It's a long story.
Mm-hmm.
A lot's happened in 2 days.
Already missed this chicken.
Lapis, with that
Yes.
22 Arcana check, you're sensing like something, just like some evil, dark, necromantic shit coming from the northwest alcove.
The northwest.
Yeah, the one with the scratching on the wall.
I'm gonna carefully head towards it.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Wilvin, come help me move these rocks if you would.
Wilvin approaches and starts moving all the smaller rocks.
I think I'll.
North. Okay. North, the as you're like kind of tapping, everything is really solidly made. It's like this black stone, sort
Okay.
of shiny. The floor is actually made of it as well.
I think I'm going to sit back and just like not rub, but like because like it's all around the table,
It's
right?
like a, it's the edge, all four sides of the table, and there's a little pause.
So it's just
like in one
is it
side.
like the same repeating pattern or are they different?
It's different. It seems to be different all the way around. Like it's maybe a phrase of some sort.
Okay, so since like it's on the edge of the table, it's kind of hard to just like get a rubbing. So I'm
Right.
gonna like copy it.
Okay. Make an investigation check to copy it. Lapis, what are you doing?
I am going to get close to that alcove and try to touch it
Okay.
and see
Okay.
where it's like physically coming from. Like if it's from the wall, the ground.
It's from the wall where the writings are on.
That's a 24.
And I'd like you to make a wisdom insight check.
Insight.
North, you get it copied down pretty well.
That is going to be a 25.
25. You're getting this sense of emotion coming from the wall. Like the wall wants to devour you, your body. But the wall can only consume only someone who's accepted that they'll die and won't struggle against that fate.
And I just feel it on that side of the wall.
Yeah, it's coming from the wall, the entire wall.
Nobody feels like they want to die, right? Guys?
No.
My mental health
And suddenly
is
for
okay.
you would, I'm sorry, North, go ahead. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Just said my mental health's okay.
Lapis, and for you alone, the words start to swirl. And for you, you can read it. To me, touch your hand. To me, relinquish hope. To you, accept death. To you, invite hollowness.
I'm gonna basically repeat what you said,
Mm-hmm.
just out loud, but not towards them. Just
Repeat it
here.
out loud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and you say that's what's written on the wall?
I think
Okay.
I don't know. The
Um,
word started spinning, and now I can read it, and I don't.
Can
I'm
you read
definitely not
whatever's
gonna
on that
touch
table
it.
then?
Let me see. I guess
You move
I'm
away
gonna-
from the wall, and the words go back to abyssal. And you go back to the table, and nothing. It still scratches.
No, I can't. It was just
Okay.
that wall.
So if I look at the wall and I look at the scribblings that I got, is there anything that repeats?
I'd like you to make, oh god, an investigation. And the DC is high for this.
A good idea.
It's a
What'd you-
12.
12.
No.
Yeah, DC was 22. Sorry. Yeah, you weren't able to. Like, you can get a couple of letters, but not enough. It's like that one of those newspaper jumble whatevers where it's like you get a couple of letters, you just like screw this and throw it away. But,
Okay, now I'm gonna.
so what do you want to do?
Everybody hold on. I might go to question with her.
All right. Wilvin.
So you go back to the south north, and the door doesn't open for you.
Hey, door.
Nothing.
Well, fuck you too, door.
You okay?
Lapis comes and joins you, and
No.
the door starts to glow.
Hey, door.
Door?
The door glows brighter.
Oh God.
Why does the door only listen to Lapis?
I don't know.
I think I know, but
Oh, my tummy feels warm, and that's where the
Oh, that's right. She has the jewel
Mm,
inside
mm.
her.
Dermot's
well, hey,
here.
Galsaria, you know where it is now.
Dermot's in the circle of trust, I thought.
Okay.
Okay,
You can know,
I'm in a
right?
circle of trust. I will not tell anybody anything,
Okay.
your
That
secrets.
she
I
shoved
promise.
it up her butt.
I'm
Excuse me?
sorry.
What? No.
That's where it is.
No, it's in her.
No.
That's where it is.
No, it's not. I will never accept that,
Door.
even as a lie.
Door.
Lapis, what do you do?
I'm gonna fucking in a little bit of in a huff. I'm just gonna open up one of the new old books that I got,
Mm-hmm.
Her Heaving Bosom, and just walk off a little bit away from the door.
Like the door, as she walks away, the door glow fades.
Take it back.
Take what back?
What you said.
The jewel out of your butt?
Yes.
I'm taking it back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a
Alright.
jewel in your butt? That's
Just
what you
gonna-
want to hear?
Just gonna walk away from the door even further.
The door glow completely goes away.
Okay, now I'm gonna stop fucking around now. I'm gonna get close to the door
And
again
the glow
and
comes
just
back,
open it.
and it
Or
just she
open
touches
it.
it and immediately opens up.
This,
I'm gonna rush to the other end.
this is what's been happening, Wilvin. While you've been gone, I've done my best, but I'm not really maybe cut out for it.
Wilvin is
all-
laughing.
Are
He's
you all-
chuckling.
Are you all right? Can you?
Yes. No, it's good to be back. This is what I missed, to be honest with you. He says, I haven't laughed since I left you. And it's kind of one of those things that you don't know what you got until it's gone. So
I know the feeling.
gives him a thumbs up. He's like, it's okay today. As he's moving rocks still, it's just kind of like Yeah, hanging out with Orgoth.
North, you go out and the doors, you kind of like the doors open up slightly as you outside doors approach, and the guards open them up for
I
you.
just stick out a hand like
And questions like out there. It's like, oh, already? Okay.
already, yes.
She comes up, this tiefling wearing the cobalt soul coat now, and she's like, looks at the blue sash, looks at you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in the cobalt soul?
With the Port Damali division, yes.
Oh, I have never been there, so I'm from Ankarel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I recognize that the outfit is quite different. Yes.
Yes, but the blue, you can't mistake the blue.
You
But
can't miss it.
so you need some help?
Yes.
She's
see, I'm-
smiling big. She takes the paper.
I usually work with expositors, so my languages are more like.
You don't say a word. It takes a team. It takes a family to solve these puzzles. You know.
Mhm.
And it says, she looks at it and says, "Cast that which you value into oblivion." And oblivion is capitalized. And the way that it's written, it seems to be referring to a betrayer god. Possibly Therisdun.
There is do no shit. Okay. Would I know? Would I know of the Chained Oblivion? Or
Yeah,
no?
you would. I mean,
Okay.
it's everybody knows who, kind of like who the betrayer gods are because there's stories. Stories of 800 years old. The calamity was only 800 years ago, so there are stories of the past and the deities fighting.
Thank you very much.
I'll be out here if you need anything else. I'm really sorry. Please, if you see my fellow people, bring them back safe.
I hope they are, and if I cannot get a message to you, I'll do my best.
Okay. And she gives you a hug. It's like, okay, go get him. Yep.
Just rush past by like.
Okay.
These voices.
Lapis, you leave the door open for her.
I
for him?
debate on it. I debate closing, but I stay there. I'm a little enwrapped in what's in the book right now.
Okay. The as you're waiting there, the wisp comes back, and it can't speak, but you feel this pressure on your shoulder, and it starts spelling out a word onto your shoulder with like a little finger, ghostly finger, and it says SPIDERS.
Yuck.
And it kind of and goes underneath your robes.
Wait. SPE. What's
SPI. Did I say E?
Spiders.
Spider.
Did I say E? SPIDERS.
Hey, guys, there's some spiders on the other side of that.
How gross.
Okay. Whatever. Spiders.
Hey, little I'm gonna call you Speaka. Speaka.
And the spirit comes back out.
How big were these spiders?
BIG.
Okay, big. Like as tall as me?
BEEGER.
Oh,
Big.
Bigger.
As tall as that guy, and I'm just gonna point over to Orgoth.
BEEGERRR.
All right, guys.
Ta-da!
There's big ass spiders, bigger than you, Orgoth, on the other side of that wall.
Wilvin drops the rock that he's He, like, puts it back like where he got it, and he just turns to Lapis and he's like, "Bigger than Norgoth?"
Bigger than Orgoth.
I don't want that. I don't cherish that thought.
Well,
I can
It
control the
appears to be
dead,
the-
cannot control spiders.
it appears to be the only way out, though.
I mean,
Can't you make
unless-
friends with them, Lapis? You're very good with animals.
Okay, first off, they are arachnids. They're not mammals of any sort or cold-blooded reptiles. Second off, let's wait what North says whenever they come back.
And North comes back, and as you both walk away from the door up the corridor again, the doors slam. North, as you're walking back, like the voices underneath are like, please, there's so much power down here.
Oh, you're
We
so
can give you
polite.
so much strength.
Oh, you're so polite.
Please come to us. Jump. You want to jump, don't you?
Do you have candy?
Yes, we have candy.
Yes.
No.
And you walk away.
Knock, knock.
Okay. And you're all in the room. Dermot's there with you.
So, cast that which you value into oblivion. Oblivion probably being a reference to Tyrus June.
Elder
That's-
Scrolls Oblivion.
That's what's written around the table.
Is there like any chain imagery around?
There is not.
Okay. But there's wilted lilies in the.
Inside of the... Yes.
Cast that which you value. Oh, I do value gold.
It's Oblivion to mean down there, and he points toward the door, where the voices are coming from, or where is Oblivion, to be specific? Looking around.
Dermot says, I believe she's talking about the Oblivion as in the god, the betrayer god, Thurzadun.
So how would we?
He is
throw
a mad
something-
death. He is a god of death and
Death.
trickery. Yes.
Death like a skull that
He-
has a hollow in it that has stuff in there.
He, according to legend, he dreams the infinite abyss and its demon hordes into being.
And what do we think will happen if we do this?
Probably nothing good.
Worse than big spiders.
I don't know. Let's check this out.
And it was spiders with an S, so there's several.
And I don't know that.
There
was gonna
there
say
has to
B.
be this god has to give some incentive to throw something you value.
Well, that's what's written on the table.
Yeah,
I
but
don't want to give the wall my life.
Do we think we should do this?
we're here. It's either the spiders or Oblivion.
Do
How's
we
everyone
have-
feeling?
Do we have anything we can give to it that we value? Or
I'll walk up to the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Orgoth reaches across his chest, grabs the medal, the Champions of Merit medal,
Which one?
the one that's the overall
nice one. Okay.
Yeah, like
yeah.
the one that he's placed here, right in
Mhm.
the central spot.
Yeah.
And he rips it off and puts it in the.
So you hear it clink vroom, vroom, into the
sad.
vase. And
It's
then
okay, you can have mine.
you look, and suddenly the ribbon kind of crinkles and turns black, and the metal rusts, and turns to powder. And behind it, the door, boom, 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 the whole wall just goes up and up into the ceiling, revealing a long corridor.
Well, fuck spiders.
I'd rather not.
Let's
Oh, haha.
let's not waste this.
Okay.
He'll walk through the door.
Okay.
Can I do a thing?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
I want to reverse sleight of hand my medal into his pocket.
Make a sleight of hand.
So that's 11 plus 11, 22.
Okay. And that beats his passive, so you do it. I put a map in the chat. Okay. You pass through another twisting corridor. Each one of these squares actually is 10 feet square instead of 5, like a normal D&D map.
Cool.
And you pass the twisting corridor, and 2 rows of black stone pillars marbled with white veins support the vaulted ceiling of this hall, the floor of which is polished to a mirror-like sheen. Ornate brass braziers.
That's all right. That's how I read it every time.
Yeah.
so,
Lapis.
I feel
It's
you.
the lapis
It's
influence.
Lapis' fault.
There's
Or-
bras on these pillars. Why?
Ornate brass braziers rest at the feet of 4 of the pillars, and faint music fills the hall. The music doesn't have any readily identifiable source. It just seems to be in the air. And you're just right on the edge, like you've just come out of the corridor, and this is what you see ahead of you to the north.
Does everyone hear that music?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's not just me. Cool.
I was gonna say nothing about it and make y'all think that we were going crazy, but okay.
What do you do?
Or the braziers are lit, right? You got at least enough light to see the whole room.
The braziers are not lit. And as you look, like on the map, you see them. There's like one on the right, and then like 20 feet ahead, there's one on the left, and there's another 10 feet on the right, and beyond that, another 10 feet. And then it kind of like, what light sources do we have? Because that's a good 80 or 90 feet. Who's got dark vision? What's the range? 60?
Wilvin,
16.
Me.
when they get in and it's dark. Hold on, I want to look something up really quick.
Okay. Lapis, do you have night vision?
I do not.
Okay.
Wilvin reaches into his breast pocket and he pulls out a little flute made of reed.
Mhm.
It's not his like war fife that he
yeah.
was using. This one's a felar
Mhm.
that he has crafted himself. It's very crudely made, but effective. And he takes a deep breath and plays just like a small little discord. It looks like a recorder.
Got it.
And so he plays just like a small little quiet melody, and light, 4 little sources of light spill out, like kind of like
Around,
a
dancing,
stream,
yeah.
like a ribbon. Yeah.
Mhm.
And they reach up and they go to 4 different braziers. He's casting dancing lights and filling the braziers with
Okay.
some
They kind of float out.
white, but like also multicolored, like shifting light.
Got
Dumbass.
it. Okay. Okay. No one stepped into the room yet. There's also a set of double doors on the eastern wall. Nobody has stepped into the room yet. What would you like to do?
Does that light reveal anything else, or is it just more pillars?
The more pillars at the end of the hall, at the end of the room, the northern end. You kind of see um, like a little bit of reflection of the dancing lights onto the back northern wall, and you see kind of like a shiny, multicolored something, but it's not enough light to really reveal what it is.
I think I'm going to watch my step very closely and go around on the western wall.
The second you step into the room, the first step, all four lights, all four braziers, boom, light up, fire, boom, the music gets louder, and it's like dance music. And you see the bowls filling with pale flames that coalesce into dancing humanoid forms. The glow of the flames glints off the north wall, where a towering mosaic of stained glass depicts a maelstrom of color, within which are 9 symbols. The image shifts even more as you stare at it. I'm going to put the symbol, the thing into. Oh crap! I don't know where. Let me. Sorry,
You're
I
good.
saved this as a picture, and the picture. Copy image, and see if that works. Nope, it did not. Okay.
Nope.
Copy image address. Try this one. Okay, there it is.
Ooh.
And you see like just all these different symbols, and they seem to be like slowly moving in and around that multicolored glass frame. The figures just seem to be like shifting, and they're kind of like moving slowly, waving back and forth to the music a bit. What do you do?
Do I recognize any of these symbols?
Make a religion check.
Not to be careful walking in here.
Are you getting it
Wilbur
closer?
kind of
No, not for now.
Okay.
Fucking 12.
12. These are
Is
the
it safe?
symbols. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask North if it was safe to get close.
I don't know.
Um, the imagery changes constantly, like the patterns in a kaleidoscope,
Mhm.
but the 9 symbols are just kind of like just barely slowly moving. You recognize these symbols of evil gods. The symbols and the gods represent are thus: there's a crown made of ram horns, and you know that is Asmodeus. A flail of iron chains, you know that is Bane. Bleeding eye is Grumpsh.
That one I know.
Yes,
I-
you would know that
there's
immediately.
there's Grumsh up there.
There's a spider, which you know is Lolth. There's a coiled serpent, which you know as Zahir. There's a jagged spiral, which is a symbol of Tharzadun. There is a severed hand with an eye in the palm, which you know as Vecna. There is a trio of arms, which is Torog, Torog. And then there's a dragon's claw, which is a symbol for Tiamat.
I will report this information.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's safe. Can I look at the floor or something if there's
Make a perception check. Or investigation, actually.
my investigation is much better, but I'm gonna roll like shit.
24? The floor itself seems to be safe. You look up, and the closest dancing figure of fire is just staring at you. And it seems to be just like kind of shifting side to side. What do the rest of you do?
Wilvin will start to close in the gap between where North walked away from us and where North is.
Mm-hmm.
So the western wall,
Got it.
he'll kind of like he won't, his eyes don't leave the closest fire
Mhm.
being, but he gets as close to North as he can. And he says, I suppose we can keep advancing. They seem docile for the time being.
Yeah, for the time being.
How many are there, Ron?
4.
4.
We're 5.
We are.
Wilvin, come here. Let's dance.
Wilvin, does North take Wilvin? Because like Wilvin doesn't really fight in this. He's like really suspicious about everything. He's susceptible.
When Wilvin, you go up to North, and he do you take his arms and dance?
Oh, maybe I'm a bit tall at 6'3".
So like it's like
Wilvin's,
Like dancing with a child.
Wilvin's like still looking around, like as North takes his arms and
Okay.
and
The closest
on a-
flame creature, you hear kind of like a sound like something burning and being hushed, like doused, like whoosh, but it sounds like disapproving, like a little like
Worth a shot. There's music playing after all. I don't blame you for that, North.
Can
Make
I
it
insight?
make an
Can I
insight check on
insight?
that. Yes.
Inside the flame.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Okay.
For a total of 21.
You think, and you're watching it as it's moving more in time with the music, that it's jealous. It wants to dance with you.
Oh, that's cute.
What do you do?
As North is making that investigation situation, it's a good rhyme. Wilvin, he sees them swaying and hears the music and just kind of slowly, with again not losing eye contact as best he can with it, brings his hands down to the drum on his hip and starts giving like a like to the
music.
beat and like
Okay.
drumming along with it and
Okay.
seeing what it does there.
Okay.
If we don't want anyone to be jealous, maybe we should do a big conga line.
Okay. So Wilvin, make a performance check. North, what are you gonna do? Just suggesting.
Suggesting the idea of a conga line.
well, I don't know if it can join us in a conga line.
You
Who
want to burn
knows?
us?
It's not. It
17.
hasn't moved. It's still in the brazier.
17 performance check.
Okay. You're just right with the time of the music.
Then as he's drumming, Wilvin will pass North and head toward the stained glass and keep up.
And
keep
you
up
see
the
like
beat.
the fire creatures, the fire, and they take like more of a humanoid form, and they're about your size. You know, each one, as you approach one, it kind of like shrinks down to get close to what your size would be, and it's kind of like looking at you like it wants to dance with you.
He'll match. He'll groove with it. Like as he's drumming, he'll
Mhm.
try to like mirror image what it's doing and then dance with it.
Okay.
And keep eye contact.
I would like you to make a performance check.
The last one was better. That's a 7 for my
7.
dancing.
Okay. As like you're not with the music. You're kind of like something's wrong. You're not with the music, and it's just the fire starts getting hot and hot and hot. Roll initiative.
Yeah. My dancing made them so angry.
Okay. This is sorry. I had this set up and it's not there.
Wasting my nat 20s.
Oh no. I'm in the wrong thing. Give me a second. There we go. It is D&D Beyond loading again. North, what do you get?
27.
Fuck. Lapis.
19.
19, good. Orgoth.
11.
11. Wilvin.
14.
14. And okay. It gets a surprise attack off on you, Wilvin. It's really pissed. It's going to.
I tried.
Yeah, it lashes out with a claw, and only rolling a 9 to hit you, and kind of like so you like back off as it kind of like, and it's still kind of like moving with the music, but it's like angry. It's the only one of the 4. The other 3 are still kind of dancing.
Great. Okay.
But top of the round, North. What do you do?
Since I'm about like middle-ish of the room, do you think I can reach that one?
The one that's
with
the
my
one
movement?
that one that's angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my face step to get next to it,
Okay. Phew. Okay.
and it has to make a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by me for 1 minute.
Okay. It is. I have to double check. Okay. That is a 7.
Fails.
Okay. Okay. It's kind of stops getting angry. It's kind of still dancing. The
Gonna try to
fire, the
dance with
orange
it?
fire. Yeah. Are you gonna try to dance with it?
Yes.
Does that face step count as your action?
It's my bonus action.
Okay, so use an action to dance with it. Make a performance check.
My performance is a measly +2, so let's see what it is. Natural 20 again!
Jesus Christ, man.
Okay, this is what
Boom.
happens. It like dances with you, and it's like filled with joy. And suddenly the fire leaps into the air and goes phew, 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 and flies right at the stained glass. It hits immediately into Lolth's symbol, the symbol of the spider, and
Okay.
suddenly the spider kind of like phew, and disappears off of the stained glass.
Avoided combat. Let's
Okay,
go.
we're still in combat. We're gonna go in
Okay.
order still. Actually,
We all see that happen.
yeah, you see that happen. Yeah, let's go out of combat. Let's go out of combat because none of the other 3 are angry right now. But let's keep the same order of initiative, so we don't have to do that again. So what do you do?
Looks like North has to dance with all of them.
Yeah, I'm not trying
No.
again.
Well, you just made that one go into the
Yeah, I
spider.
just made one go.
I'm a horrible dancer, Dermot says.
That was just a stroke of luck.
I got 2 kobold feet. I can't do jack shit.
I could give it another go. Performance is usually not a problem for me. I got a little toe tied.
It happens
there.
to everybody sometimes,
But-
Wilvin. Don't worry about it. Performance issues, they happen. That's what I've been
Either way,
But-
all
told.
dice from the Wild Earth Kickstarter, like the Kickstarter, amazing. Rolls ones or nat 20s, but no in between.
Hey, we'll take the natural 20s. Wilvin is looking at the stained glass and he points at it. He stopped drumming now,
Yeah.
but he says,
There's still 8.
I wonder if now the spiders are no longer an issue. And he points back to where they were.
Yeah, and there's also double doors to on the east wall as well.
Maybe if we make all the symbols disappear, the doors here will open.
And the threats may be gone.
Oh,
Want to spend another like hour taking that and taking a chance that maybe the threat's been gone? It's gone.
Well, I mean, hold on. Sika, can you go back to that room that we were in and check to see about those spiders again?
Sika comes
there
out
be-
of your robe again and just like phew, through the wall. Comes back
I
quickly
had them for a while.
and then comes back and then ducks under, like you see it kind of like shivering, and then goes back underneath your robes very quickly,
Oh no. Are you okay?
shivering underneath your robes.
Oh no.
Big spider.
Yes,
I
there's
don't
still a
think those
threat there.
spiders-
um,
Well, This
I guess we dance.
Party time.
Okay. So you go up to the second figure. What do you do?
I could try if you want.
I mean, yeah, we can all try, maybe.
Does Wilvin playing the music help us in dancing?
It helps them. It makes them happy, but it doesn't really help you
Okay.
perform.
But does it lower their DC?
No, it does not.
I'm gonna pick one and dance with it.
Okay.
Seems to be the
And
thing.
it gets like kind of grows in size. It's like
Kind of the next one up the chain, right? So
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're kind of going our way up.
Yeah, kind of alternating, and it kind of gets inside. It's moving. And the music kind of changes to a waltz. And
as it grows, though, I think there's a fear in Wilvin's eyes, and he's like, "From now on, let's not send the largest party member."
Do you want to
Still
dance
drumming.
with me?
We're still going for it.
these fiery yellow eyes are staring at you, Orgoth, as it matches your size, and it's
right.
dancing with you. What do you do? Gonna dance with it?
Yes, I'll. It's in a waltz. That's not my best, but I'll try. So yes.
It's in
Okay.
3, Orgoth. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
All right.
Make a let's see. Yeah, make a performance check.
I'm gonna roll it in D&D Beyond.
Okay.
There we go. 20.
Okay.
Oh,
The dance, like, it actually kind of like comes off the pedestal and sweeps around you and starts circling and circling. And suddenly it jumps into the air and flies at the stained glass, and it goes right into the bleeding eye of Grumsh. And like, and it
You're
like
a kindred spirit. That's why. I
and
see
it
why that is.
disappears.
And I think when Orgoth's dancing, what you see is that he starts awkwardly at first, but then starts to get into a rhythm that probably North than Wilvin, I'm not sure about Lapis, but martially trained individuals are recognized as almost like going through a kata.
Mhm.
So he like turns it into like he's more going through like training steps and everything.
Right. What do the rest of you do?
Come on, Lapis, drop it like it's hot.
I guess I'll go up to the next one.
Okay. And it kind of shrinks down and looks like almost kind of mirroring your form a little bit. And it kind of like is kind of like slowly moving, and the music gets romantic and like really sexy. And
Does it take the form of Irvin?
no.
I am going to put down Ashes, and I'm just gonna go. You want to help me dance, baby?
You talking to Ashes about that?
Ashes, yes.
Yeah. Ashes like
you call him baby.
He's my baby,
uh,
and I am going to attempt to dance.
okay, make a performance check.
With a little fox kind of doing that thing that dogs do, where they're going on their hind legs and they're just. It's not. He's not dancing sexy, but he's making an attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's actually really good. That is a 21.
That
Yeah.
okay. So it kind of like comes off of the pedestal and onto the floor and dances, and it reaches down and pretends to pet Ashes, then flies into the air and phew into the stained glass, into Tharzadun's the jagged spiral, and the jagged spiral symbol disappears.
There's one left, right?
There's one fire spirit left.
With a sigh, Wilvin is still drumming, and he'll walk up.
Got your back.
Okay.
got performance anxiety, but
Okay.
he's going.
And the music gets percussive to match the drum that you're playing.
Great. And is that a performance check?
That is a performance check.
All right. Wilvin, son of a bitch, it's the same number. 7.
Okay, the creature, like angry, it's like fire. It's going to get an attack off. Actually, this is what it does because this is your second failure on this.
Uh,
It reaches in like you're trying to dance, and it kind of like puts an arm around you and goes in for a kiss.
Oh.
And then I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
no, you're gonna burn my mustache.
Oh,
Oh no.
no stash, Wilvin?
No, that's a horrible thing.
11.
11. You take 32 points of psychic damage. As
What the fuck
suddenly,
did I do to you, Ron?
this is what it does.
32.
32. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 32.
What the fuck, Ron?
As the creature, like, everybody in the initiative now, North, your turn.
I'm gonna try the same thing.
You're gonna rush up to it and try to dance with it?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's a 9.
Welcome
That's a
back,
failure
Ross.
still. It's charmed.
Okay. And it
Gonna
kind of like,
dance.
it goes back into its dancing formation. Yep.
That's not as good, but it's still a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay.
Calm the fuck down.
The the fire spirit
Shimmy.
goes over to Wilvin. It's like, and then like, phew, into the stained glass, into the trio of arms of Torog, and then it disappears. Symbol disappears, and
Wilvin has stopped drumming and has dropped to his knees because he feels awful right now. Probably has such a fucking headache because it was psychic damage, but
mhm.
he is not well.
The let me see.
Orgoth races forward to get Wilvin and like pull him back.
He's like, Dermot, something's happened.
The Dermot rushes over. The symbol, the fourth symbol disappears, and then suddenly the back wall, the window, stained glass window, goes into, revealing another passageway beyond, heading north. Dermot goes over, and let's see. Let me see what Dermot has if he can help.
The fire thing disappearing does not
No,
boost my max hit points.
no, it does
Oh
not.
my god.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
Wilvin like burned or anything? Like what is
No,
he-
no, he has like maybe like your mustache got a little burned, but it was more like an undead spirit
Oh, it
draining your
smells
life.
like-
Yeah,
Smells like burnt hair.
yeah.
You don't look hurt. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Wilvin he's holding his head and he's like, something's wrong. I'm not my usual self. I feel like a big gust of wind will do me in right now. He's feeling really woozy. He says, I know I'm physically I'm fine, but something just isn't right. Because he has a max of 7 hit points.
Mhm.
He's
at the
back to
moment.
level 1.
In first
He doesn't
edition,
know
that would be
that.
true, actually.
So he's all sorts of fucked up.
Yeah, the draining kiss, it would be it's normally 5d10 plus 5 on that roll. So
Could have killed
Yikes.
him. Oh my god.
yeah, this dungeon
Mhm.
is not messing around. The
Clearly.
Dermot comes up to you and says, okay, and he like starts kind of feeling. He's like, it tried to drain your soul, and it nearly succeeded.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
The only spell that I know of that could fix this is a greater restoration. I do not know that. Also, perhaps a good night's rest might make you feel better.
It's not that late in the day, is it?
No, you've only been in here,
No.
what, 30 minutes or so? Maybe I'm going to
Yeah.
say 45 minutes, so the Seek is still around.
Yeah.
Will then turns to the party and says, I can't keep you here that long. We'll lose Galsariad for good.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
But
We press onward.
Press
I've
on
been
word,
gone long
protect
enough.
Wilvin.
Wait.
What?
Mechanically speaking, if you get hit for 14 hit points, you die.
Wilvin's got the like pride of who he is, and he's kind of like holding himself up like on maybe a pillar. He's saying let's move forward. But you could probably tell that he doesn't really mean it.
Dermot says, we can always retreat back and rest. Like, not leave the temple, but rest here.
I think the room may be safe, though, now that we've cleared it, right?
True. Not counting the spiders.
No spiders. And this other door's closed.
Correct.
I mean, we can
Fine,
just like
I'm fine. Let's
sit
go.
down and set up watches.
We
We're
can't
not.
lose Wilvin.
Not going
But-
to lose you again, Wilvin.
You'll lose Galsariad in the process of caring for
Fuck
me.
Galsariad.
I mean,
We can't have Galsaria go down and grab whatever the fuck is down here either.
no, we can't. But we're 5 people right now. He's probably only 2 or 3.
We know.
Unless he managed to charm someone else into going with him.
Or she managed to pay some other mercenaries to go with them.
Let's just go. We protect Wilvin in case shit goes down.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't.
God damn it!
You
I
could do-
just realized.
Yeah.
Your pride is talking, Wilvin, and if you say you're fine, then I'm.
What was the check that Wilvin had to make?
It was a DC 15 con save.
Okay, never mind. I wouldn't have helped. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Fucking
I don't have to
right.
feel as bad.
I'm gonna
Wilvin-
Go ahead.
Wilvin was holding himself on a pillar, and as everyone's like, "All right, let's go," Wilvin will take a step, and that step will bring him to a knee again.
All right,
And
let's sit down.
he'll just hold a hand up, finger like while he's trying to get his bearings. Breathing heavy.
Dermot's like, I think we need to rest. If Galsariad gets whatever it is down there, or gets there first, then we can get it later. Losing
Then-
Wilvin is the most. We can't lose him.
I agree.
Is there anything I can use to put against the wall to brace in case that door or window tries to close again? Like, I'm looking around if there's anything
There's
I
nothing
can...
loose in here. The table, only thing that's really was loose was the table that the vase was on, and some
Ah,
rocks.
all right.
There's some rocks that you were like,
that won't
started
be
to
enough,
move.
I don't think.
yeah.
All right, I'll just trust the door.
Maybe we should wait on the other side of the door.
Let me
Because
describe. Let me describe.
If the
door.
room resets, that could
Yeah.
be very bad.
Well, I mean, they didn't attack us. It's when we started
Rooms
dancing
Do
that.
that? I don't know.
Does
the music-
anybody?
Is the music done?
The music is done. Yes.
Okay.
Does anybody look down the hallway past where the stained glass door was?
Yeah, I think I'm. I think I am, because I'm suggesting like maybe we go in the next
Okay.
room, and I'm kind of peeking down the hall.
The
with my dark vision.
walls of this hallway are decorated with carvings of supine figures and chained bodies. Like they're just kind of like in a resting pose, like they're worshiping something face down on the ground, arms rested out. The floor is covered by a nest of black chains. The sound of distant wailing comes from a dark circular hole in the floor at the north end of the hall.
Okay, the next room looks really bad. It's got like black chains and etchings of people in supplicating positions, and there's looks like a giant hole. We should wait in this room if we're going to wait.
Okay.
Sure.
Is there another
Well,
door
then-
here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go take a look at the other door, see if it's just like something that's locked that can get
double
picked or
door?
something.
It
Yeah.
it doesn't look like it is locked at all. It looks like it has. It actually, you know how the other doors going out, they sealed up really tightly. These
Yeah.
doors are just like you can kind of see a little bit through, and you see something kind of white and wispy and sticky.
Sticky
Yeah.
spiders.
Spiders. Okay, let's sit down here and just wait a bit.
Sika, are there spiders on that side of the door?
This is the same double door that he went through before, and Sika's like
Okay.
not going through again.
All right. Protect yourself.
So you can rest.
He doesn't like the big spiders.
You're muted.
We don't have to
Yeah.
sleep for a long rest though, right? We just have to.
You just have to rest. Yeah.
Okay.
Wilvin takes out his sword and puts it on the ground and hoists himself up, and he's kind of leaning on it. He says, "I'm so sorry. I don't. The last thing I want to be to this group is a burden."
You're no burden to me.
You're no burden, Dermot says.
That's kind of a flamboyant comeback, Wilvin.
And he'll, I guess, limp his way over to that other room, and he'll say, "Look, I didn't know what I was getting into here. I had no idea that there were going to be such dangers here in Betrayer's Rise. Is that where we're at? Betrayer's Rise? That's what this is? This
Yes,
temple?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And he'll get to the wall and he'll kind of like lean against it, and he'll say, I just lost myself. I'll get back and it'll be fine." And he's got kind of like a worried look in his eye as he slumps down to the floor.
Orgoth sits next to him.
Says, well, we seems we have to wait, so perhaps.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that, Wilvin?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
Lapis Ashes crawls into your lap and kind of curls up.
Start petting him and open up my book again. Like kind of half reading, mostly half listening.
Wilvin, hat covering his eyes, he brings his sword down onto his lap and rests his hands on it. It's still an exposed blade, but he's got it rested, and he says, "The reason that I left you was..."
No, buddy. You look at us in the eyes when you talk.
And he looks up. Then he nods. He says, "You're right. The reason that I left you..." This is Ross laughing, not Wilvin. Has a lot to do with where I've come from and a lot to do with my past. And I think that I've kept those secrets from you long enough. Before I came here to Jigao, I was well known in the Empire. When I was young, I made friends, almost accidentally, with a young King Bertrand. He would adventure into the woods where my clan lived, and we would train together. We would adventure together, and it was all very fun in our young days. We grew up together. And when I came of age, I tried to join the King's Guard. They wouldn't take me. He looks at Orgoth and he says, "Very much like the way we met." He said it was only when King Bertrand himself would speak up for me that they gave me a chance. So I did eventually joined the King's Guard. I became a battle bard for the Empire. My strength was a little lacking. So I picked up the sword and the song to help in battle. Eventually, after several years, I became captain of the Dwendalian army, a captain of the Dwendalian army. And years later, I became hand to the king. You might know me by my real name, Kobek Colvin.
North, you know that name.
Okay. How would you spell that?
That is T apostrophe HOBEK, and then CULVIN.
Thank you.
It says it was while I was hand to the king, I was also liaison to the Cerberus assembly. And he kind of gets a fire in his eyes when he starts to talk about them. Again, years later, the prince was born. And when he came of age, I was transferred to Hand of the Rising King. I lost my status. I lost my power. I lost my influence in the kingdom. But most to my dismay, I lost my position in the Cerberus Assembly. As you know, they exist as a foil to that of the monarchy to make sure the power remains in check. But I never trusted them. It was my duty to and he kind of chokes up. Says it was my duty to keep the royal family safe and to keep the kingdom safe. I did that for many years. Until my plan was executed. It was that night I stole a horse. I went back to where I'm from, to the wilderness, and found the site of the massacre. And clues to suggest that it was the monarchy that did it. I didn't believe that. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a shredded piece of cloak that has like the Dwendalian army colors on it. He says, I found this. And he looks at it and he says, it's got King Bertrand's symbol on it. And there was no way in hells that it was King Bertrand. And he kind of holds it tighter. So I changed my look. I changed my name. And I've been on the run from the Empire ever since, vowing vengeance on whoever took my family from me. And a big sigh, and he says, all that said, 2 days ago, I was contacted by a familiar voice. Someone from my clan. Someone that I had assumed was dead. They told me to jump into that pit. And in my panic, in my excitement to have something back of who I used to be, in my fervor, I lost sight of what we were doing and who we are to each other. And I jumped. Her name is Malel. We don't really have the same words for family in our silent language. It's more of a silent emotion. But I guess you could call her my sister. But we thought she was here to help. She ended up kidnapping me. She took me high into the air. She teleported me. I don't know how she did it. She took me high into the air onto her giant owl. And she took me far out of town because she thought that I had something to do with it. My ties in the Empire, I don't blame her for thinking that. She thought I was responsible for the death of our clan, and it wasn't until she was certain that I wasn't responsible when she would let me go. But turns out she tracked me through being a champion of merit, of all things. She works for the Myriad, actually. which I've been on the search for quite a long time. I've been trying to get my hands in there because I think that they can help me get my revenge on who did this to my clan. And it's not the Empire. It was the Cerberus Assembly. They're responsible. I swear it. I know it in my heart of hearts. They're responsible for the death of my clan.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
Dirty 20. I've been catching up on all these nat ones.
He is very forthright and honest right now.
At least believes that to be the truth.
Yes.
I don't think that he doesn't have any proof yet that he's spoken of, but he says the Myriad, he looks at Lapis, he says the Myriad actually is looking for the zombie stick. And it's why she found me, to figure out what that is and to see if the Myriad could use it. But we ended up hashing all this out instead. Our past, our link to each other, and what happened those many, many years ago. But she said that to get the Myriad's help would cost a lot of money I don't have. She said there would also need to be a plan in place, a plan I don't have. But she let me go. She brought me back here. And if there's ever a way that I can bring justice to my people, I'm going to take it. He thinks the assembly was maybe looking for someone or something. I don't know whether that's true. But it's the reason I left you. Something that I had lost long ago found its way back to me. And I prioritized that. And he kind of puts his head down again, and he shakes his head. He says, I shouldn't have. But if something like that were to happen again, I can't guarantee that I wouldn't do it all over again. That's what's kept me on my feet for many, many years, kept me walking. It's why I'm in Jigao in the first place, to get my revenge. The Empire doesn't know where I'm at. I assume they're looking for me. I left my post unannounced, stole a horse, never heard from again. But he holds out that piece of cloak again. He says, beyond this, he tosses it to the side. And he pulls out a little hemp braid, like a braid of rope. He says, this used to belong to someone else in my clan. And he reaches into his other pocket and he says, and this belonged to my father. And it's his pipe. He says, these are the only things I have in my clan. They're the only things I need. And he puts them away. He says, except the one thing I don't have, and that's justice.
You have more than that, Wilman. You, if you will take it, have at least myself at your side. You do not have to do these things on your own. Do you have your dagger with you?
He takes one of them out. He has both of them in his belt. He takes one of them out.
Orgoth puts his to ask for it. Puts his hand out.
You give it to him.
Says, I can only speak for myself. I know we all have our different thoughts. But I would not. It has only been 2 days that you were gone, but it felt like weeks. I will admit to feeling a bit lost, and I will make you a vow, Wilvin Grandbane.
And Orgoth takes the blade and slices across his hand.
Because if you will share in that oath with me, that I will help you in any way that I can. But you have to be part of this clan now as well.
Maybe don't make him bleed right now.
Wilvin will take out his other dagger, and he'll give himself just like a little pinprick right
Okay.
here, and instead of slicing, and he'll kind of like let the blood drip down into his palm, and he'll shake Orgoth's hand, and to the best of his ability, that small hand and the big hand, and he'll just look him in the eye, and he'll say, family is something I haven't had for quite a while. I fear I've forgotten how to treat it. Even when my clan was alive, I was not present. I was in the Empire, doing my duty to the kingdom. And he looks at Lapis and he looks at North and say, but I do remember what it was like to have a clan. And the more time I spend with you, the closer this feels. And I thank you. And a tear kind of drips from one eye as he looks at Orgoth, holds his hand.
Orgoth will hand the blade back.
As I also know the difficulties of not having a family. I was fortunate that my clan took me in and gave me their name. I would do the same for you and will be by your side.
And I want you all to know that the moment I jumped into that pit, I knew I made the wrong decision. I knew I should have stayed. And then when we got up to that giant owl, I saw you all fighting. I saw the combat that I was leaving you with. And I've felt empty for so long. But up there, I just felt a mountain of guilt for leaving you. That's why I came back.
I appreciate you showing vulnerability and sharing all the things you shared with us, but only saying that you apologize and that you feel guilt can only be confirmed by actions. You know that. Orgoth may trust you, but you're gonna have to work for mine.
Understood.
I mean, I'm fine with you, whatever. The moment you left, I knew for whatever reason that you'd be fine. Because, well, you're smarter than all of us combined.
You sure about that? Are you calling me dumb?
Well, I'm not saying you're smart, but I'm not saying any of us are smart.
I'll take that.
Wilvin's the brains here. Gotta be honest.
Call it more like self-control.
Well, there you go. Regardless, I trusted you. And I'll keep being here for you if you need it, because I know you guys are going to be here for me. Mm-hmm. Which, that's cool.
I'm grateful. Sincerely, I I wouldn't trust me either. As he looks over at North.
I mean, you're just
Um,
lucky that I'm in a transitional season right now, because if it had been winter, I would have stabbed you.
And he kind of chuckles at that. He says, "I'll count my blessings."
Yeah, North had sex and then turned like that.
Yeah, that's what sex does to a person.
That's
You
what
don't
she,
say.
that's what they
Yeah.
told us. Yes.
You get a new haircut and you change colors. Woo!
All right.
Dermot
Oh,
says.
well,
Dermot says that would make a really good book, actually.
It would. It
What?
would. You know what? I'll write that down.
Okay.
Is that the first time you see that, Arga? Like it's not something.
What? That you've
It's not
changed?
it's not abnormal. It's just
That
what I
sex,
do.
why?
no,
I
not
don't-
that's. I mean, that's the sex
I'm-
thing is something that I do. Yes, but it's not.
No, that
Related.
I
not-
have never met an Is this an Eladrin thing?
It's not. Yeah.
I've never. No. I thought it was the sex that did it.
No, it's not the sex that does it.
Oh,
It's
Sex can change someone, just not like that.
not like that.
I've always heard people say it's transformative. I thought that is what.
I
that-
mean,
You'll find out when you're older.
Kelvin's
Maybe.
laughing.
Well, I've taken a
behind
vow of
his hat.
chastity, so there's no way I will ever find out. So
Oh, wow. And we learned a lot of things. And Lapis is a necromancer, if you didn't know that already. She told us that. And went on a date with Irvin.
It wasn't a date. We just went to a really creepy man's basement because he was being super. I needed adult supervision there. I didn't feel safe.
Honestly, I'm more surprised about the date with Irvin than I am about you being a necromancer.
Look, it wasn't a date at first, and then he asked if he can court me, and I said okay.
Hey, that's
He asked for
that's a
consent.
step in a direction.
Yeah, I guess. I found some really old smutty books though. I think that was the best thing.
I wish I had met that guy, like the creep. I wish I had met him.
I mean, yeah, he just wanted to make a garden here where things die.
Dermot says
Means-
apparently they can't grow anything here. It's all withers away almost immediately.
That's interesting though.
And you heard that Galceriad was influencing Aya with magic, but we broke the spell, or actually, I think Dermot and
Dermot
Lapis broke the spell.
Penumbra worked hard at it too.
Yes, there was a
Tiny
gnome,
Orgoth.
a gnome, but that was weird, wasn't it? That was a little strange. There was a bard that came in looking for a chicken, and he was a funny fellow, and would disguise himself and made himself look like me, but he only gnome sized, which was
Where is he now?
he jumped he was with us, and then a portal appeared and his chicken walked out and he jumped back in after the chicken and then threw a dash. This sounds
Yeah.
kind of stupid, but it's what happened.
The more you say it, the more it sounds like we all had like some
sounds like we made it up.
substances.
Yes, it's like a fever dream almost, but it happened.
I
And
mean,
happened.
gave me my knife back.
you mentioned earlier a talent show with an audience. I mean, where did that happen?
Everyone was feeling blue. Everyone was super upset, including the group of, Galsariad, Irvin, and all them. Everyone was just sad.
Yeah,
So
because
then,
Io got fucked up in a fight.
and then, Pollux, he just decided, hey, talent show. And we all joined in because we were able to get, winner got to grab something from his magical bag.
Oh, I won this.
And he pulls out a little anvil.
It's pretty
Um,
heavy actually.
It's like 10. We said 10 pounds.
Yeah,
whatever,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But for its size, it's heavy, and
Yeah.
it's but it's very ornately decorated. It's
And it can heat up on its own, so you can do metalworking without a fire.
You're
Or
kidding.
just reheat your rations.
Dermot says I probably cook on that.
I,
Incredible.
I think it's only supposed to work on metal, but I don't know.
Well, it'll
Maybe
heat up a
cooking
metal
Copper
pan,
plates?
right?
like a
Yeah,
pan.
metal.
Yeah, right.
Cookout, anyone?
Fascinating.
Hot food every single night. Every single night.
And
And-
but Dermot made sure that Aya was safe because
It was really touch and go there. She got really hurt during the Malthor attack.
I should have been there.
Well, we all got there a bit late. They got here first, so we couldn't have helped them for that.
And you say Galsariad, he's run off ahead in search of what
Yeah,
exactly?
Technically,
Elixir?
we don't know exactly. Probably there was this woman who's allied with the consortium of the Vermilion Dream, who is looking for. Let me check my notes. Oh my god, I wrote so much during that lore drop. Let me find.
During this, can I check to see where my feet are?
Make a Arcana check.
She was looking for an ancient. Oh my god, what the frick did I write?
13.
13.
When we were at
The
Falls, right?
tingle
It was
is coming
around-
from, again, directly below. But then you feel it shift.
Okay.
And then suddenly it's in the room next to you. The next room over.
Where
Where
the
the-
spiders are? Guys?
What?
Guys, I feel my feet.
Well,
they're attached to your legs, right? Isn't
No.
that,
is it
My-
that thing where you're still like you can now feel your tongue and now you're not?
Wait,
No.
oh, you mean like
my
the
real feet.
tingle?
Yes. It's been kind of faint and it's been moving around. I'm guessing because all these places are moving around, but I got it. I'm gonna pull a Wilvin and I'm gonna fucking
Oh,
run
fuck.
over towards the. I'm gonna run towards the door
Okay.
and
Can I
try and
try to-
scope it in.
It's
Can I
only
try to
been an
catch
hour into the watch, just into
Can
the
I try
rest.
to catch her?
So
she
does that
doesn't-
mean we get a short rest if we take action now?
Yeah.
I'll take that.
If
Wilvin,
I-
stay here. Don't get killed.
One does not move. He just
I need to go in. I need to go in.
You
I
got
need
the
to get my
door.
feet.
North, you can. Do you want to actually physically grab her?
I wouldn't try because like we're not in top shape right now.
I can go in alone. It's fine. Just I need my feet, please.
I'm like right there with Lapis. I'm like,
No one goes alone anymore.
I got
I will go
ashes.
with you.
Okay, but as long I need to open it before the room changes. And
Let me look into the crack of the door.
Okay. Do you open the door?
No, I want to look in the crack.
It's just like white, fuzzy, sticky.
There's
stuff.
still spiders in there, I'm sure. You know, big spiders.
Big,
bigger.
bigger. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna squeeze through. I'm gonna try and go in.
You open the door.
Yes.
Lapis, they're bigger than Orgoth. Are your feet worth your life?
My feet are everything right now. Any single body part of mine is 100% important right now.
Oh gosh.
Woman
Maybe
tries
it's
to
just-
stand up.
Maybe it's just like in a spider's nest or something. We can find a spider's nest later.
No, it shifted. It wasn't here before.
Wilvin will take out his fife, his war piccolo, and he'll give a high little whatever, and grant Lapis bardic inspiration. He says, I can't do much in my state, but that'll help you a little bit. You have that for 10 minutes.
All right, and then I'm going to kind of
Oh,
concentrate on the warmth of the jewel and go invisible.
Okay. So,
And I'm gonna go in.
okay, you open the doors. I'm gonna put the map in the chat. You're coming in from the Tupper the what is that? R8. Okay. A haunting song echoes through this half-collapsed chamber, interspersed with a clicking sound that seems to reverberate in your bones. Thick spiderwebs giving off a pale green glow stretch from floor to ceiling. Crawling in the webs are two giant spiders and two creatures that look like drow, except that the lower half of their bodies are monstrous spiders. 4 corpses cocooned in webs rest atop the debris near the west wall, and behind them you see a little orange portal, and in front of it is a chicken. And on its feet are like dark blue colored bare feet. And that's where we're going to stop for the afternoon.
Fucking threes?
Oh, Eric haunting us, even though he's not there.
A chicken with human feet.
No.
And the portal is still open behind it, and you see like the plains of the abyss behind it. So,
Well, you
And the
like
chicken
it
open
bounce
portals.
Like it bounce back and forth. We just have to wait and it's gonna pop here.
Yeah, that's a dangerous room.
Yeah.
Both looking forward to and not looking forward to delving into that.
Oh yeah, Driders are nothing to laugh at. Nope.
No.
Fuck.
We're babies
Awesome.
still.
Great game today, everyone.
Whew.
Great Lord drop.
Yeah,
welcome
it was
back.
time.
Yeah.
Too many secrets for too long. That's pretty much everything for the time being for Wilvin.
Well, let's go around and do a wrap up.
Wow. This is Bill. I'm totally blown away after our session. Bill Roper on the socials. I got a couple things coming up this weekend. So this Sunday on Emporium for the Wayward Gamer, we are our first live session of our Edge of the Empire Star Wars campaign, Luck of the Draw. So you can come over there and watch me play Kier Starfall, a young, cocky, not super bright, kind of like trucker kid, who's also the ship's pilot. And then next Monday on the 10th on Forgotten Paths, which is a fantastic amnesia campaign run by some close friends, I have a guest appearance where I get to I have 2 roles, which is interesting, and when there'll be a lot of lore drops that I got to be involved in, so that's super fun. But I'll put stuff on my socials there, so hit me up on Twitter, you'll see all that stuff. But like this is like my home game now, though. I'm so happy that we're all together again. I love you, Eric, but you know, this is
We all love Eric.
but Dad's back.
Dad's back.
Yep. Dad's mustache has walked in.
And what a welcome that was for you to just immediately almost fucking biff it.
I am worrid.
I'm
really
so
worried.
scared.
You might
Max
get all
is
that
7
lore
hit
drop, and I
points.
might be.
Yeah.
I might need a new fucking character.
Hey everyone, this is Jaden. I was playing Lapis. You can find me on Twitter at Foxtrot Fallout. And honestly, holy shit, I'm upset. I'm very upset at Iran. What the
Sorry.
fuck?
It's a chicken wearing your feet, so.
I hate it. I hate it all.
Folks, thank you for tuning in. My name is Ross. I've been playing Wilvin or Tobek. Just call him Wilvin because he's still trying to keep his identity a secret. But you can find me on the socials at GriffRM. I have nothing to promote, so promote all the normal stuff that Ron usually does, like the Patreon and the Discord and all that good stuff. Come join us everywhere.
Hey, this is Jamie. I've been playing North Eladrin Rogue, who's less pissed than they were. Slightly less pissed.
Phew.
But yeah, join us on Patreon if you want to have some early access to the episodes in podcast format, or the episodes of the Severed Sons Icewind Dale campaign, and also tons of fun stuff like Fang's Journal.
Yeah, fun stuff. Yeah. And my name is Ron Murphy, and you can find me on Twitter at Ron88Keys, RBDM. Please follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons D&D. You can find the Severed Sons Rhyme and the Frostmaiden podcast on any podcasting platform. Please share us with all your friends. Leave us a review. Spread the word. We have a great show. We have several great shows, and I just want everybody to be able to listen to them. We have a fantastic community. Thank you so much for our listeners. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, Gang at Critical Role, to all our listeners and our fans. Keep on rolling. Bye.
Bye.
I like spiders.